It's the first day of classroom setup. I just walked into my classroom and we got new smart boards over the summer, which I'm so excited about. So here's what my classroom's looking like right now. She's looking real bare with all the stuff in the middle of the classroom. We got new smart boards. If you guys remember what my classroom looked like before, this used to be full of whiteboards and I had the borders around there. So before summer, we had to clear off this entire wall so we can get a whole new smart board. And I feel like being back is like pretty bittersweet. I'm kind of like excited to get started and be back in my classroom, but it seems daunting. I feel like there is a lot to do. So since there is so much stuff, I love to start off with these cabinets, declutter everything just to see what I need, don't need for the year. Go through that, reorganize everything. So I'm gonna start with that and get started with this year's classroom setup. In here I have a ton of my anchor charts and I wish I laminated them last year and I unfortunately didn't. So don't know if they're gonna hold up or I'm gonna have to like remake them again next year. So I'm gonna try and save them and just try and re-roll them up and just keep them in an area that's more organized. Honestly, kudos to me because last year, because I spent so much time reorganizing these cabinets, they're pretty organized and it made me realize I do have a lot of space in here if I need to store some other things. All right, I finished my cabinets and it was actually way faster than I was expecting. So I'm thanking my past self for putting in work the last 2 years organizing those cabinets. So now it's time to tackle this. So I think I'm just gonna start slowly moving everything. It seems daunting, but get this classroom looking like a classroom again. The one thing about setting up your classroom over the summer is that they don't have the AC on as high as usual and it's so hot, especially in Arizona. Sweating. Don't know how much energy I have left in me, but we'll try. I'm starting to lose steam, but I think I'm just going to clear this whole section out before I leave. That way it'll feel like I made some good progress in here and then continue tomorrow. So let's go ahead and do that. This is how we're ending day one of classroom setup. I actually got much further than I expected to, so I'm pretty impressed with that. Obviously it'll be spaced out a lot better later on. But this is how we are leaving day one. All right, we're back for day two of classroom setup, and I feel like every year I'm unlucky with my AC in my classroom not working. So it's really hot in here. It's like 80 degrees and it's like 115 degrees outside. So it's very hot, but we did make really good progress yesterday, so a lot of it today is really just like putting things away. I want to put a lot of these textbooks that are on these tables in the students' desks. That way we can clear a lot of space, and I have tons of packages that I want to unbox, so putting all that stuff away. But we've made really good progress, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started now. I just unboxed all the packages that I had, so now just going to break down all these boxes and then put the stuff away and then call it a day because the building's gonna close in about an hour. I'm about to head out, and even though it doesn't look like we did much today, I feel like I did make a lot of progress like unboxing all that stuff that needed to be put away. We made moves on my desk. My desk got done, put the books away, and got our borders on our whiteboards put away. So we did make some moves. But I'm gonna head out now, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 3 of classroom setup. We're back for day 3 of classroom setup, and here's what my classroom's looking like today. So we basically just have a lot to clean up. I need to lay out my rug. I also need to take home, which I actually do already have at home, my rug for this little area and my pillows that need to be washed. But yeah, just cleaning up a lot of this stuff that needs to be put away, and also putting up this bulletin board. This year wanted to try a new whiteboard system, and I saw earlier this year on TikTok that this teacher uses these mesh pouches and puts a whiteboard with their eraser and marker in there for each individual student. And I was very interested in trying something new this year, because usually I will just have the stack of whiteboards at each student's desk and a communal markers and erasers, and it's just been driving me crazy with how easily students are losing their erasers and markers, and I'm just like trying to find a better solution to not going through markers like crazy. So I figured by having each student have their own marker in their own spot will help alleviate that issue. So I'm gonna put all of these whiteboards away in their mesh bag, and hopefully this system is a lot better this year, so we'll see. Another great day of progress was made. I didn't quite get to my bulletin board, but I did do a lot, and here is how I'm leaving my classroom today. My camera's about to die, but before I go, here's how it looks. We're back for day 4 of classroom setup, and here's what my classroom's looking like. So I just brought back some pillows that I took home to wash to put in this little corner over here. My rug is still being dried at home, so I'll bring that back tomorrow. All right, so I'm gonna start putting all the other headphones into these extra mesh pouches that I have. I like keeping them in there just to keep them kind of safe, and I keep them on this bucket over here for students to use when they need headphones with their Chromebooks. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this bulletin board that's next to my desk. We did have to take it all down since we got new smart boards over the summer, so I need to put it back up, and I just have it with my name and stuff, so hopefully this is quick since I saved everything from last year. Alright, this bulletin board is now done, and it honestly took me way longer than I was expecting. And when I was first putting it up, I noticed like the back bulletin board was a little crooked, and I was like, while I was putting up the borders, I was like, I really don't want to redo it. I was hoping once I put everything on, it would look, you know, a little bit better and you couldn't tell, and I'm actually impressed because with it on, you can't tell that much, and so we're just gonna leave it. And I think it looks so cute. I will probably update most of these pictures just to have some pictures from this past year up here, but I just like love this wall of my friends and family in this little corner. And last year I had one big LED strip around my entire board, but since we got new smart boards this year and we have 2 smaller boards, I got 2 strips, and I'm just gonna put these around the whiteboards, and we'll see how it goes because I really want LED lights. I feel like it was a great vibe to have in the classroom. So let's put that up. Okay, the problem is these are both connected and I was hoping to get 2 separate ones. That way they're just around the whiteboards, and so I'm gonna have to buy new ones because I'd rather them be on like their own separate outlet and not be connected to each other because I only want them around the whiteboards. So pause on that. We're done with day 4 of classroom setup. I did make a lot of progress today. Not as much as I wanted just because I had some things that needed to be printed at Staples that an order was never processed, I guess. So that set me back a bit because I did want to hang up some of my decor stuff that goes above the boards. And then like I said, I need to reorder those LED lights, and I do need to build a little rack that I'll have next to my small group table. So other than those little things, we have made so much progress and we're so close to being done. I feel like we just need a day or two and we're there. So luckily we still have a week and a half until kids come. All right, it's day 5 of classroom setup. We are so close to being done. I brought some more things in today that need to get put away. So we got to do that, and I cut and laminated a lot of things last night that need to be hung up. So let's go ahead and get to work. So it's now the next day. Sorry, yesterday my camera died, so you didn't get to see my second half of my classroom setup. But basically what I did after putting up my decor up on my wall is I cut the stuff that I had laminated at home the day before, really just my schedule cards, because I wanted to redo them this year since my ones that I was using the last couple years kind of got a little bit old and ripped. So I wanted to freshen those up this year, and I just put the magnets on them after cutting them, and I just put a tentative schedule up on here. And we don't have our schedule yet, but we're gonna get it soon. So once we get our actual schedule, I'm gonna make the times for all of them and cut, laminate, put the magnets on them. So that'll be something I still have to do, but that'll be a later problem. So today there's not that much to do. We're so close to be done. I really just have to put labels on something else on one of my rolling carts and put some more school supplies that we got away and do my bulletin board that's out in the hallway. Other than that, it's just really little things. Like I do want to clean out my desk, and I need to put up the students' birthdays on our birthday wall, but that stuff we can do later. So today I just want to pretty much finish with doing the rolling cart, the hallway, bulletin board, oh, and building a little rolling drawer cart that I need to build. So that's the plan for today. Okay, so I just finished cutting up these labels, and I'm now gonna put them on this extra rolling cart that I have. And this is over here how I want to organize my multiplication sheets this year, because last year when they were doing multiplication tests and stuff, I was just like, I wish I had a spot or an area where it could just all be organized with each section of each different multiplication fact. So this year I was like, now that I have an extra rolling cart, that's where it's all gonna go. That way, once I know which fact a student's on, I can just go to that drawer and that math fact sheet is already on there. So if they need a practice or they're doing a quiz or something, it's all there. So I'm gonna put these labels on right now. The little rolling filing cart thing was actually way easier than I was expecting. I literally brought my like screwdriver and stuff because I thought I was gonna have to screw things in, and it was so easy. So there was not even any tools that needed to be involved. But I got this because I thought it would be really nice to have next to my small group table as a little small filing rolling cart if I needed to keep any files or papers with me next to my small group table. So really like that. All right, I finished doing my bulletin board out in the hallway, so I'll show you guys what it looks like right now. And then the only thing I'm gonna do is put this stuff away, and then I'm heading out. And then the classroom's pretty much done, so very excited. So let's finish that so we can go. Okay, I'm feeling so relieved because I feel like I'm pretty much done with classroom setup. I still have like little things here and there that I want to do. I still want to replace these pictures. I still need to do name tags for the kids' names on their chairs, birthdays. I did order new lights for here. I need to hang up our CKH questions and my little board that I have for there, and just clean up and organize some other things, and organize my desk a little bit. But those are little things that I can do throughout the week before we start school next week, but pretty much done, so I feel really good about it. So here's how I'm leaving my classroom today. Alright guys, I'm now done setting up my classroom. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and seeing me put my classroom together. If you guys want to see a classroom tour with everything done, be sure to watch that video next. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.